Would you rather spend time doing drugs than being around your family? I fell in that boat. I fell in that boat for such a long time. I would rather be high off my mind and satisfied with my anxiety being gone than being around a stressful situation with my family where they possibly may know I'm intoxicated or high. Because at the time, that was the biggest deal. I couldn't have this safety bubble, my insecurities. I couldn't have them venturing out of me. I couldn't let other people know I was experiencing this kind of pain. No way, Jose. So, welcome to my channel. My name is Anthony, and I used to do some drugs all the time, daily, every hour. I'm sober free now, and I don't want it any other way. My relationships with my family are amazing, and I hate avoiding it and avoiding the things I would always put off. I enjoy doing the challenges, like improving myself in my daily life and helping those around me. All because I managed to put my insecurities behind me and leave the drugs where they deserve to be. On the shelf at the corner store for the losers, or the lost people. Probably shouldn't. I have to be more empathetic. But I view myself as a loser for doing those activities. And I still feel very negative. Let's dive into why. For a long time, I would smoke weed. I smoked weed in high school, and all throughout the day in high school. I would always puff on cologne, a lot of cologne, to mask the smell of me fucking going for a wake and bake over at the fucking hockey rinks right next to the school. I would smoke on my way to school, 7:50 a.m. in the morning, to go to Woods class. So I would be working with hand saws and all these sharp equipment to make this stupid project, which I hated. Whatever I had to do to get out of high school, I suppose. And I just did it. And I think the teacher knew what I was doing, but let's face it, the teachers in our school systems fucking suck ass. They just tell you to do shit. And they had this ego with them. At least mine did. So, I struggled for a while with marijuana. Always mostly marijuana. Alcohol wasn't a problem in my life till a few years ago. But I always ran into this issue with marijuana, where I was always satisfied up until I didn't have any. When I was running dry. When I didn't have another hit at the end of the night. It's 2 a.m. and I'm out of weed? Fuck, this is the worst feeling ever. I always felt like, fuck, I need more. I need it. I had this really bad relationship with it where I felt like I always needed it. I always couldn't be without it. My stress reliever. And so I would spend maybe sometimes 15 minutes to hours going through my bags and fucking emptying them out and shaking them out. On my grinders, I would be scraping, and I had this brush, I would scrape it off and try to get as much as I could for one more bowl so I could smoke it out of my plastic fucking bong. Just so I could feel that nice sweet relief for a few more fucking minutes. This lasted for years. And I wanted to quit for a while through it. I didn't know if it was making my life worse or not while I was smoking and taking the substance, but I knew it helped in a way that was able to take my stress and my anxiety away. And I gave it the power to do so. It wasn't until I started to do exercise and I started to incorporate these good habits into my life where I was like, I kind of want more out of my life. I kind of want to see more results. I'm not really enjoying this. And I don't like my flabby belly and my bullshit physique. So I started doing the gym, and that helped me wean off of it a bit. But never completely. Never completely. It was only when I was able to make the choice that this is the worst thing I could be doing for myself, is giving my life away to this substance, weed. Weed was a problem in my life for 6 years before I even started drinking alcohol. I think I broke maybe 3 or 4 bongs that I personally owned in my life. And man, what a disgusting thought process it was to think about buying another one. Think about, fuck, I want to quit, but I want to keep smoking, and I should get this new one. This one looks really nice. And I would always move on to move on to new devices. Nothing would stop my addiction. Nothing external. Not me breaking my bong on top of my washing machine. Not my dad hating me for smoking. Not me being kicked out of my house because of it. Not a family member dying. None of those things stopped me from consuming the substance that I wanted to quit. But I've quit several times throughout my addiction journey of several years. I quit. The first time I ever quit, I managed to put it down. It was like a whole new breath of fresh air. This novice feeling of getting to explore a day without the feelings of being restricted by the drug, always having the drug in my eyes and my sights and my mind and my smell and my breath and everything, and every aspect of my life. I had the substance weighing me down until I put it down myself. I spent 30 days, a whole month sober, until I picked it back up again a few years back. And I picked it back up for no one else's reason, but I just started to smoke with my coworkers at work again because I wanted to fit in. My social circle had a great deal of effect on me. I had to leave my old friends behind because all they wanted to do was smoke, and drink, and party. I had to leave them behind the first time I quit. Because at that point in time, my life was so miserable with the drugs that I couldn't spend time with a single other person without being intoxicated. I had this similar problem recently before I managed to break free, and I'm now sober. Thank God. I'm more than 2 months sober at this point. Nearly 2 months sober. And I'm feeling fantastic. Although I am not fully where I want to be in my life, I am working towards becoming my best self. My best me that I want to present and bring out to the world. And I think that's the best part of leaving the substance behind and putting it down, making that choice. It's not everything you lose. It's about everything you gain. I see this whole new world around me full of opportunities and things and avenues I want to explore. I see the world very differently. It's no longer completely gray and dark and pitch black, but it's a little blue skies today. Birds are chirping. It's pretty nice. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying my time sober. And I think if you're very hesitant, rightfully so, how could you leave such a crutch? The suffering I was going through while going and experiencing these addictions and the withdrawals at times was simply only my suffering. It took me a long time to realize that everything I was doing was because I was doing it to myself. At any point during the 6 years that I had spent smoking weed, I could have put it down any day. I could have stopped 3 years ago, but I never did. I kept giving myself away, letting myself fly away, and not taking any responsibility for where I was and where I would end up. It was only until I was able to bear the responsibility myself that I said, you know what, enough is enough. I'm done giving everything I have to you. I chose to suffer through the withdrawals, through the shitty everything, through life, through whatever I was going to have to face. Regardless of what it was, I was putting the substance down. I'd had enough through this journey of 6 years of being pulled back and forth through, I fucking just want to put it down. I hated it. I truly hated it. But it elevated and relieved my stress. I didn't know how to manage without it. So I learned how to manage without it. I've implemented habits such as meditation, gratitude journaling, daily exercise. I exercise every single day. I get outside of my house. I make sure I'm not locked away. I talk to people. I talk to people about how I feel, my family, who if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even be here. So I don't lock myself away from them anymore. I have this openness that I'm willing to share because I know it'll not only help me, but maybe it can help them. And it has taken a lot of courage and strength, and it has been not the easiest thing to get through. But I'm here now in a better spot because I went through it. And if that's all you think you need to do, is to get through that path that you're afraid to go down, it is not impossible. And you are not a million miles away from your sobriety. It is just one choice and one action you take that determines the rest of your life and where you will be in your future. Because in 2 weeks, if you put it down, you're in such a better position than you were when you were still using and abusing. You may have cravings, but they don't touch you. I'll tell you what though, I was so sick and tired of the way I've lived my life because I've given into the substances, because I took the opportunity to relieve my stress instead of facing it, instead of going out with my friends, real friends, not drug addict friends, like getting a job, like making money, like starting a business, like having loved ones in my life who actually genuinely appreciate the effort and my actions. These are things I would have never had if I continued doing the substances. Never. But I definitely wanted the same things when I was high that I do right now. I don't want my stress. I don't want my anxiety. But I deal with it differently, completely differently. My stress doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't leave my body. I keep it in here. And I manage it, and I control it. And I bring it down to a level that I can manage. And I look at it and I go, you were nothing to me. I'll walk right through this. And I do. I walk through it. I have the uncomfortable conversations because I know it's not worth putting off. After 6 years of abusing marijuana, I know it's not worth putting off. I wish I quit a day sooner. I can't go back. I'm grateful I quit when I did. I have this feeling that I would rather jump off a bridge than walk down the same path that I had walked down for those 6 years. Simple as that. Not a fucking chance am I going back to that hell where I drag myself through every single day. I hated my life. Hated it. Living in shame, being guilty for living in shame, feeling guilty for my actions because my father hated me for what I was doing, and because I had no real support, and feeling so lost and so sad and upset. I would probably cry and break down weekly because of the amount I would using my substances. I was always ashamed when I would smoke around my brother. When he could see me smoking, when he could smell it on me. Deeply ashamed. That relationship I had with him was just evaporated, torn to pieces, because I would rather be up in the clouds instead of talking with my brother. The reality of these drugs is that they want you to think that they're your best friend. They are not. They're evil substances meant to keep you weak, isolated, ashamed of yourself, and guilty for your actions that you take. These evil companies that place beer stores and liquor stores and weed stores on every corner of residential areas, they know what they're doing. Do you think they care about you when you go to the store to buy their substances so they can make profit? Do you think anyone at the weed store or the beer store that you're talking to and have nice conversations with care about you and can talk to you about your feelings of addiction that you have, how shitty you feel about your own life? No, absolutely not. They're not your friends. They don't care about you. And they're probably on the substance that they're working for. And you, the one who goes to the store to pick up the substance, you are also working for that substance, obeying its command to go back to the store to get another drug. You are under its command. You are its employee of the week. You keep listening to everything that's got to say. Fuck, you're gonna get a raise real soon. What is that raise? Oh, well, you know what? We kind of had a good day today. Let me get the highest THC cart you have. $50. What do you think, Mr. Brain? I think I need it. I think you're gonna get it for me. Because I'm in charge, motherfucker. You're listening to me now. I'm your boss. You're my bitch. These substances want to keep you in your normal 9 to 5 with your video games that keep you occupied. They want you trapped in this loop. They don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to break free. So I'll tell you again, from my heart, 6 years of doing marijuana. It could be longer, I don't fucking know. I actually have memory problems from this stupid drug. The only way you can change is by making the choice, the decision, Just stop and put it down. That is the best way to do it. Not, okay, when I run out, I'm going to stop. That doesn't work. That never will work. Because you're just giving your power even more away to time, into when I run out. But I may just go get more anyways. There's not really an end there. There's only an end when you command it. When you set in stone and in place that I will not be treated this way by myself, by my thoughts. I will not allow this parasite in my head to command me another second to take another foot towards the store. I battled these thoughts and this parasite for 6 years. Giving my power away, giving my strength away, giving my whole life away to just feeling better, to just feeling alleviated, to living this shallow life of existence that doesn't really even matter to me. I could die and be okay with it. I hated myself for living that way. I hated myself for even picking up the substance in the first place. But sure, smoke for another 6 years. Give in to these companies that just want to see you rot away. Give in to that parasite in your head that just wants to eat you alive. Waste away. It's not like your family loves you, right? Is that what you think? Or is that what the parasite in your mind is telling you? That you cannot be around people unless you have it by your side. The shit gets deep, man. A little bit of encouragement, I suppose, if you are struggling and have watched this far. That you are not alone. You are not alone. It took me realizing that all this pain I was carrying by myself, I could have it shared. All the pain I was carrying on me, I realized I could just lower the weight. It didn't need to be so heavy, and I didn't need to handle it, hold it by myself. I give my faith to God and to my family. And with their support, I was able to really break free from the grip that these evil beings hold on us. The companies that place these beer stores on every corner and every street. And the parasites that now live rent-free in our head. The addiction that's taken root. There are ways you can overcome your addiction and where you are at. And you must know that you don't have to do it alone. And if you have no one in your life, I would highly recommend booking a call with me so I can help you on your path to hopefully wanting and striving to become better. I do one-to-one calls because I know what it's like to be alone. And if I can help one person out there, I think that would make what I've gone through mean a lot more to me than absolutely nothing. Because I know what it's like to fucking struggle every day. So if you need help, it's the top link in the description. Nothing, you don't have to pay for anything. And it just stays between me and you. Yeah, I've been Anthony, and I'm gonna have to keep on pushing here. Just like you will. Alright, well, everyone, take care and thanks for listening. I'll see you soon. I hope you can get through what you're going through and come out stronger on the other side. And I hope you can take the actions necessary to get there. Cheers.